Hello children, welcome to 8th Chemistry online classes. Chapter 5 Coal and Petroleum. So in the last class we studied about coal and the byproducts of coal like coke, coal tar and coal gas. And today we are going to learn about petroleum. Petroleum. The term petroleum is derived from two words, petra, which means rock, and oleum, which means oil. Okay, so from that two words, this word came, petroleum, petra and oleum. It is mined from the rocks under the earth. Petroleum is also known as crude oil. So that is important. Petroleum is also known as crude oil. It is a fossil fuel formed from the remains of ancient marine organisms. Marine means under sea animals, sea creatures. So this is petroleum or crude oil. And how petroleum formed, we'll see. In past, many organisms were living in the seas. When these organisms got dead, their bodies got settled at the bottom of the sea, and eventually layers of sand and clay got deposited over them. After millions of years, the absence of air, temperature and pressure converted them into petroleum. Okay, so that is why a petroleum formed. When the sea organisms die, their bodies sink to the bottom of the sea. With time, they get covered by the layers of sand and clay. Over millions of years, these remains get transformed in petroleum and natural gas due to high temperature, high pressure, and absence of air. In this picture, you can see that this is the impervious rock. Impervious means there is no pores or no holes, or this rock is not allowed water to come inside. That kind of rock is called impervious, like granite. That kind of rocks are impervious rock. And this rock inside, we drill this rock, we get the reservoir of petroleum. So the reservoir means that is reserve or that is store this petroleum. So here you can see that under water is there, and the next layer is oil, and next is gas. And water and oil is not mixed with each other, because you know that every time oil is up on that water. See, when we dig oil wells, natural gas is above crude oil, which in turn is above water. In the picture it is very clear. This happens because gas and oil are lighter than water and do not mix with it. Okay, so water is down, next layer oil, and next is gas, because gas is every time it showing the tendency to escape. Okay, gas. And oil and water, oil is lighter than water, so always place on the top of that water in the separate layer. So using the this digging wells, we can collect gas through here and oil through this side. Next is, first oil well in the world was drilled in Pennsylvania, USA in 1859. Second oil well in the world was drilled in Makam, Assam, India in 1867 after 80 years. Okay, this is 1859 USA. After 8 years in our India, Assam, Makam, in that place second oil drilled. In India, the oil is found in Assam, Gujarat, Mumbai High, and river basins of Godavari and Krishna. And these things you have to by heart. Okay, first oil well, second oil well, and other places of oil reservoirs in India. Next, refining of petroleum. Originally, petroleum is a mixture of many things such as petrol, diesel, petroleum gas, paraffin wax, lubricating oil, etc. Many other things also there. And in this picture you can see this is a petroleum refinery. And petroleum is a dark and oily liquid with an unpleasant odor. Petroleum has an unpleasant odor. It is a dark and oily liquid. Refining of petroleum is the process by which different constituents of petroleum are separated. So the petroleum contains many things such as petrol, diesel, paraffin wax, etc. So in this refinery, they separate each product. This process takes place in a petroleum refinery. Okay, children. So after refining petroleum, we get such objects or such things like petrol, diesel, petroleum gas, paraffin wax, lubricating oil, etc. Various constituents of petroleum and their uses. The first one is petroleum gas in liquid form or liquid petroleum gas, that is LPG, used as fuel at home and as industry. Second one, petrol, used as fuel in motor vehicles and aviation industry. Aviation industry means flying, that flights, rockets, like that. That industry also they used petrol. And as solvent in dry cleaning. And what is solvent means what? Solvent is a substance that help to dissolve anything. Example, water is a good solvent. In water, another substances like sugar, salt, they are dissolving in water. So water is a solvent, the same like petrol. Petrol also a solvent for some substances. Okay, and in dry cleaning, in that industry, petrol is used as a solvent. Next is kerosene, used as fuel in stoves and lamps and also in jet aircrafts. Next is diesel, used as fuel in electric generators as well as heavy motor vehicles like lorries, trucks, buses, etc. Next is lubricating oil. You know the purpose of lubricating oil, you studied in physics, for avoiding friction. So here used for lubrication in machinery. Okay. Then paraffin wax, used to manufacture ointments, candles, vaselines, etc. So Vaseline, you know that Vaseline contain petroleum jelly, or that is the paraffin wax. And the last one is bitumen, used to manufacture paints or for road surfacing, that is bitumen. So these are some various constituents of petroleum and their uses. So this thing you have to by heart. You have to by heart this, very important. Okay, these constituents name and their use. So study well that one. Next is why petroleum is called black gold. Petroleum is called black gold because it yields several substances that are commercially successful. The useful substances obtained from petroleum and natural gas are called petrochemicals. So petroleum is called black gold because many substances like diesel, petrol, this paraffin wax, everything, bitumen, these all things, several substances that are getting from petroleum, and these all that products are very useful and they are commercially successful. Okay, that is why petroleum is called black gold. The useful substances obtained from petroleum and natural gas are called petrochemicals. So the useful substances obtained from petroleum and natural gas, they are called petrochemicals. Petrochemicals are used in manufacturing synthetic fibers such as polyester. You studied in last year the synthetic fibers, polyester, nylon, acrylic, etc. And detergents, polythene and man-made plastics. And from this natural gas, hydrogen gas obtained from natural gas is used as the production of fertilizers. Okay. So this is why petroleum is called black gold. Okay, children. So the next part is natural gas. So when I am including that portion also in this today's class, it's very lengthy. That is why I avoid that. So the next class we will take natural gas. So that is a short topic, and we will do the exercise part also next class. So all of you study well, because I will inform you about the test. So all of you study well, read the textbook well, and the by heart. You have to by heart many things in this lesson. So that things by heart. Okay. Okay. So all the best. Thank you.